Slow devil fruit. What happens when motion itself is no longer certain? When speed isn't just taken away but suspended, stretched, and unraveled before your eyes? A power that doesn't stop time, just corrupts it. A hand reaching for you. A bullet racing toward your chest. A collapsing building above your head, and suddenly they all slow. You see disaster creeping toward you, but your body refuses to move. I'm Seth, and this is Magic in Reality. Imagine a city where nothing moves as it should, where footsteps stretch endlessly and voices become distorted echoes, where one person, just one, can decide who gets to act and who is left helpless. Criminals would have a new tool. Security cameras would capture something happening but too slowly to stop it. A thief could walk through a crowd touching people one by one, leaving them trapped in sluggish motion, unable to react. Law enforcement would be rendered useless. What's the point of guns if the trigger pull slows to a crawl? What's the point of running when someone can make sure you never reach the door? Even war would change. Entire armies could be frozen mid-charge, their final moments stretched into hours. A missile in mid-flight could be slowed, not stopped, leaving the world watching, waiting, knowing it will hit but powerless to do anything. But the most disturbing question isn't about crime or war. It's about reality itself. Because if one person can control speed, what stops them from slowing the entire world? Science already plays with the concept of slowing motion. Cryogenics can freeze biological functions, preserving life in suspended animation. Sound waves can be manipulated to appear slowed down. Even quantum physics suggests that time isn't as rigid as we think. If technology could interact with the nervous system, overriding movement signals, it might be possible to create a real-life slow effect. Neural inhibitors could block muscle responses, stretching milliseconds into seconds. We may never fire a slow beam from our hands, but controlling motion isn't as impossible as it seems. And if that power ever falls into the wrong hands, what happens next? Free will depends on movement. Every choice we make, every action we take is tied to our ability to move. What happens when someone can take that away? A heated argument. One person slows the other mid-sentence, forcing them to listen. A protest, silenced by an unseen force that slows every step, every chant, until voices stretch into nothingness. A simple handshake that lasts far longer than it should, as the victim realizes they can't pull away. The ability to slow others isn't just power. It's control over time itself. Not by stopping it, but by making sure the rest of the world falls behind. And what happens to the person using it? If everything around you is slow, do you eventually stop seeing others as real people? At first, the power would be used for survival, to escape danger, to prevent harm. But when no one can challenge you, when no one can keep up, what do you become? Would you still respect time? Or would you begin to play with it? A bird, caught mid-flight, unable to flap its wings. A person's breath, slowed to the point of suffocation. A world where nothing moves, except for you. Perhaps the real horror isn't how this power would affect the world. It's how it would affect you. A man trapped mid-step, his face frozen in fear. A raindrop hanging in the air, never reaching the ground. A scream, stretching endlessly, never completing. The slow devil fruit is not a weapon, it's a distortion of reality. A slow unraveling of everything we understand about movement, time, and control. What do you think? Share in the comments below and subscribe for more deep dives into devil fruits. I'm Seth, and this has been Magic in Reality.